The benefit of betting on yourself and creating your own career is that you can also create your own income. So you can literally create your own income streams, whether you have two streams of income, whether you have four streams of income, whether you have six streams of income, like I just feel like there's really no limit unless you believe there's a limit. There's really no cap, there's no limit. So you can either be in the mindset and be stuck thinking about, damn, this isn't bringing the money that I was getting at my last job. Damn, nobody's buying my services. Damn, I don't have enough followers. Damn, I haven't been able to monetize my channel yet. Damn. You can either stay in that mindset or you can be creative. You can make things work. You can show up for yourself. You could try new things. Like for me, that is one of the best things about being a creative entrepreneur. I get to choose where I want my income to come from. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Let's Just Be Real podcast. I'm your host, Marissa. Thank you so much for tuning into another episode this week. We are here on a Tuesday. I mean, I'm not recording this on Tuesday, but when you guys hear this, it'll be Tuesday. And also, it's a new month, y'all. Happy July. Okay, it's July. It's Cancer season. Summer is officially in the air. I hope you guys are feeling light. I hope you guys are feeling like you're ready to just have some fun, right? And not take things too serious, but also like focus in on the person you're becoming. If you listen to the last solo episode we had, we talked about letting go of the past. We talked about clearing space. We talked about stepping into your future self, stepping into the highest version of yourself, stepping into your future self, right? All of whatever you want to call it, future self, highest self, whatever, right? But we all know what that person looks like, right? We all have an idea of like, who is this person, right? That I've always like dreamed of becoming. The person with the car, the person with the career, the person with the man, the person with the house, the person with the body, right? Like whatever it is. So if you guys missed that episode, please go back, listen to it. That is your summer prep. Think about it as that is your prep for this season, right? It's hot girl summer, it's glow up season. And yeah, but today we're talking about something a little bit different. It still goes along the lines of like glowing up and stepping into your highest self. But this month for July, we're going to start a series. Yay! I feel like we haven't had a series in such a long time. The last series I had, I believe, was the self-love series, and that was for February. So all the episodes in February were dedicated to self-love. And yeah, so this month we're going to be talking all things boss era, okay? All things boss era. And this doesn't even mean that like you have to be someone who's in a position of like being a boss, right? Like you don't have to own a company, you don't have to be an entrepreneur, you don't have to be a manager, you don't have to be running things. But I want us to step into our boss girl era or our boss boy era, okay? And this series, even if you are not someone who's thinking about like becoming a boss, starting anything, like this can still apply to you because we all have passions. We all have passions. Sometimes, a lot of the times, we sleep on our passions, right? Because what we're going to talk about today, we'll talk about the reasons and the roadblocks. But sometimes we're not even giving our passions any attention because we don't think that it's something that can really like make us money or is going to benefit us, or that, we'll talk about the roadblocks. Okay. Let me get into the episode. But basically, series for this month, okay, we're going to be talking about all things boss era, okay, stepping into your boss era. And I'm going to have some pretty amazing guests on the show. I'm really excited because I'm going to be talking with some boss women, okay, women out here doing it, women out here motivating, inspiring other women to show up. And yeah, I'm just really excited. So today specifically, I want to talk about 5 roadblocks that we come across and kind of how we can move past these hurdles, right? How can we move past these roadblocks when choosing our passion, when moving towards a new career, or betting on ourselves? And this is all coming from firsthand experience. Please believe me, okay? I have dealt with all of these roadblocks, probably more than 5, to be honest with you. But these are the 5 that I feel like most people are going to deal with. Most people are going to run into these. Okay. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first roadblock that we have to deal with when choosing our passions or wanting to step into a new career or wanting to become an entrepreneur or start something up for ourselves, whether that be content creation, podcast, small business, side hustle, whatever it is, right? The first and top roadblock is going to be your own self doubt and fear. I'm going to say that again. Your biggest roadblock, the number one roadblock to stopping you from getting into your next level, okay, is your own self doubt and fear. So, how do we get over this? We have to be so diligent and consistent with building our self concept. Okay. Now, what is self concept? Self concept is how you see yourself. That's it, right? I'm not going to give you like a fancy definition or anything. Your self concept is literally how you see yourself. So if you see yourself as someone who is not capable of running a YouTube channel or starting a podcast or running a business or building a team or creating content that you can monetize, it's not going to happen. If you don't believe it for yourself, it's not going to happen. And you guys know I'm a confidence coach. I talk a lot about first believing in ourselves before asking anyone else to believe in us. Think about it this way. If you were to go up to someone and try to sell yourself, and I don't mean, sell your body, we're not talking about that, okay? But say you're trying to pitch something, that's a better word. Say you're trying to pitch something, right? Whether that be a collaboration, whether that be a product, whatever it is, right? If you don't believe in your own product, if you don't believe in your services, if you don't believe in what you're currently offering, why would that person also believe in it? Why would that person believe in you? Why would that person want to buy your product? Why would that person want to collaborate with you if you don't even believe in yourself? Okay. So we have to work every single day. This is something that I work on every single day because most of us are brought up in societies or communities where we're not really being pushed in the direction to follow our passion or our dreams. Let's just be real here, okay? Like a lot of the times, our parents are not really pushing us. And I do believe that there are a lot of parents who will do this and maybe even more nowadays, right? Like more millennial parents who are pushing their children to really like follow their dreams, follow their passions, really get into things that they enjoy, things that they like, right? But back in the day, right, for most of us millennials, like our parents were pushing us towards college, pushing us towards trade school, pushing us towards a quote unquote realistic career. Especially for me, I talk about on this podcast every now and then and maybe one day I'll talk a little bit deeper into it, but my parents, like, they weren't 100% here for me getting into dance and fitness and making that a full-time career. And before I even wanted to do dance and fitness as a full-time career, I wanted to do musical theater. I was going to go to college for musical theater. And my mom was like, I don't know. You trying to go to the city to be a starving artist? Like, I don't know, sis, So I had to get to the point, and it took me a couple years, more than a couple years. A couple means two. It took me a couple times, like 10, to really get to this point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. This is going to be my career. This is what I love. This is what I'm good at. People are seeking this out. People are seeking me out. People are seeking my services. Why would I not do this? So you have to get to that point where you're literally asking yourself that question. Why would I not do this? Why would I not do this? Why would I not go for my passion? Why would I not do something that I'm good at? Why would I not try to make money off of something that I'm good at? You have to get to that point where you believe in yourself 1,000%, which is going to take me to the next roadblock, which kind of ties into number one, to be honest with you. You're going to have a lot of people who doubt you. So we can't mix self-doubt with other people's doubt because then nothing's ever going to happen. Nothing's ever going to pop off for you. If we don't believe in ourselves and then we have people around us who don't believe in us, oh, that dream is never going to happen. Your passions, they're just going to go right in the garbage, sis. because there are going to be people, whether in your circle, whether in your family, whether on the internet, wherever, there's always going to be naysayers and doubters and haters. It is what it is. That's just how life is set up, unfortunately. And sometimes, a lot of the times, these people are doubting you or they don't believe in you simply because they don't believe in themselves. It really has nothing to do with you. They could honestly believe that you're the most talented person or that whatever you're offering is amazing, whatever you're doing is amazing, right? They might even be a little jealous. Yo, my dog just threw a pillow off of the sofa and I thought it was about to knock over my camera. I really can't. Milo, please get off. Off. Jesus Christ. Anyway, y'all, back to what we were talking about. So we cannot deal with other people's doubts, right? Other people's disbelief in us, as well as our own disbelief. It's not going to work. So how do we move past this? We have to simply ignore. We have to simply ignore. If you have people leaving comments on your content, say that you are a YouTuber, whatever, content creator, wherever you are, TikTok, and you have people leaving comments on your content, like saying negative things, either block them or delete the comment. Do not entertain, do not engage. And I'm talking to myself because I've definitely I've definitely had instances where I've had people comment and like say something and I fired back. I'm a Scorpio. So like it's very hard for us sometimes, okay, to hold our tongue or to not like, sting back. It's in our nature. We're very witty. We are very, we're just I'll leave it at that. So it's definitely taken practice and it's definitely taken me building confidence in myself to really just not even let certain comments ignore me. And I don't get them a lot. I'm exaggerating. Like I do not get hate comments a lot. It'll be maybe every now and then like a random weirdo on YouTube that'll say something weird. But I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, why am I even engaging with this person? First of all, most of the time, like people who are trolling and people who are leaving like negative comments, they don't even have like a picture. They don't even have a profile picture. So like why am I engaging with someone who doesn't even exist? This person isn't even bold enough to show their face and they're leaving a comment saying something negative. Bye. You're blocked. You're ignored. So we have to get to the point where we're not even thinking about what these people are talking about. And going back to people, that are close to us, maybe it's people in your circle, maybe it's people around you, maybe it's people in your community, you have to be able to detach. You have to be able to detach. And sadly, if these people are close to you and these people are like your friends and your family and they're saying negative things to you and they're saying discouraging things to you, knowing that you're trying to build your dream life or you're trying to go for it, you're trying to follow your passions, follow your dreams, follow your purpose, sometimes it's just going to take a little bit of a cutoff. I'm sorry. And it doesn't have to be like a blunt, no communication, but sometimes it just means taking a step back and removing yourself from the environment, removing yourself from even being in situations where this conversation could come up. Or maybe just don't talk to them about what you're doing. Like it's that simple. Don't bring up your passion. Don't bring up what you're working on. Don't bring up the opportunities that you just got. If they don't care, then you shouldn't care to talk to them about it. You should only be talking to people about what you're doing if they're supporting you. Otherwise, it's going to bring negativity and negative energy into whatever you're trying to do. I truly believe in that. And I'm someone that when I'm manifesting something or when I am working on something, I'm building something, I rarely talk to people about it because I truly believe other people's doubts, negative energy, envy, whatever, I really believe that can affect the manifestation. So we just have to be really careful with that. Okay, so we kind of covered 3 of these roadblocks. They were kind of all mixed in one, like self-doubt and fear, people not believing in you, and people being envious. Those were actually 3 separate, but they're kind of mixed in one. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about that is a possible roadblock is going to be income. Okay, this is a big one, especially if you are a creative, especially if you're a content creator, especially if you're someone who is not looking to make traditional money, right? And when I say traditional money, I mean like 9 to 5 working a regular desk job, working a regular job where you are giving your time in exchange for a paycheck. And usually that paycheck is capped. Okay. I'm not going to say limited, but usually it's capped, right? Especially if your salary, you're not really making more than what your salary is. So if you are going towards more of a creative, passion driven job, a lot of the times, like, income is going to be up and down. It's going to be up and down, right? Until you get to the point where you are in complete flow and things are just coming to you and you're constantly, generating income. And that's the goal, right? That's ideally the goal. That's what we want to work towards. But when you are starting out and when you are in the beginning of your, say, creative endeavors, creative career, you just started your business, it's going to be up and down, right? So we have to think of ways that we can generate income. The benefit of betting on yourself and creating your own career is that you can also create your own income. So you can literally create your own income streams, whether you have 2 streams of income, whether you have 4 streams of income, whether you have 6 streams of income, like, I just feel like there's really no limit unless you believe there's a limit. There's really no cap. There's no limit. So you can either be in the mindset and be stuck thinking about, damn, this isn't bringing the money that I was getting at my last job. Damn, nobody's buying my services. Damn, I don't have enough followers. Damn, I haven't been able to monetize my channel yet. Damn. You can either stay in that mindset or you can be creative. You can make things work. You can show up for yourself. You could try new things. Like, for me, that is one of the best things about being a creative entrepreneur. I get to choose where I want my income to come from. I get to try new things. I get to test new products, new services. I get to offer my products. I get to offer my services. I get to run sales. I get to work with people one-on-one. There's so many ways to generate income, but you have to believe that it's possible. That's going back to the first roadblock. If you don't believe in yourself, if your self-doubt is so high, you are not going to be able to generate the income that you really want and that you really deserve, because there's so many people out here who are deserving of the income. They're doing great. Their service is great. They're talented, right? Their content is amazing, but they're not generating the income because they don't believe that they can. So if you want to be a boss, right? If you want to show up and you want to be able to move past that cap, right, to really, like, have unlimited resources to be able to bring in money. If you really think about it, like, you are limitless. You have to believe that. You have to affirm that. I am limitless. Let that be one of your affirmations. I am limitless. The amount of money that can come towards me is unlimited. I have unlimited resources. I am unlimited. You have to believe that. You also have to take aligned action, which I talk about a lot. I'm pretty sure there's previous episodes of us talking about taking action, but you have to take the action. You can't just sit here and be like, oh yeah, I'm capable of making $1 million. But what are you doing to generate that $1 million? How are you showing up? What are you offering? How are you promoting yourself? How are you managing the money that you currently have? What's your relationship with money? So something that I've been focused on the past 2-3 years is reframing my relationship with money, because I grew up in a household where money wasn't really talked about too much. Like, money was either talked about like, oh, we don't really have that, or like, we don't have enough for that, or it just wasn't talked about. And like, and not to say that I grew up in poverty. I definitely didn't. I grew up in middle class. Like, we had a house. Like, my dad had multiple jobs. He took care of us. My mom, for the most part, was a stay-at-home mom. So I'm not even going to sit here and say that like I came from struggle, but there were still a lot of things that my parents didn't teach me about money. And my relationship with money growing up was just like, oh, okay, money's there. Like, I can make money, and then like money just gets spent, or like, I wasn't thinking about like the energetics behind money. So I've been able to read books about money, 2 books that I really recommend and love: Happy Money by Ken Honda and Rich Dad Poor Dad by, what's his name? Robert something, but you guys know the book. And then other things like podcasts. You have to be able to educate yourself about money. That is the only way that you are going to be comfortable with money, that you are going to be able to have a relationship with money. Think about money as being like your man, your girl, right? You can't ignore it. You have to talk to it. You have to tell it how much you want it. You have to treat it nicely, right? So that's the fourth roadblock. Have you been wanting to take a heels class for the longest time, but either you don't have heels classes in your area or you've just been too shy to sign up for that class and go for it? Well, I'm super excited to announce that we are officially online. We have heels classes for everyone and anyone, and you can take them any and everywhere. This has been a long time coming. I know so many of you guys have asked if we have online classes, and we are so excited to announce that our classes are now digital. And we have a specific heels fundamentals workshop that you can check out and really get into your heels bag. And the best part about this program is you're not just jumping into a heels class, you're not just jumping into choreography. You will have a full heels fundamentals beginner course where you're able to learn the basics, the fundamentals, how to walk in your heels, your lines, your shapes, how to feel fluid in your body, how to use your core so that you can feel stable and you don't feel like you're wobbling in your heels every single time. And yes, you might wobble the first one or two classes, and that's completely normal. But the best part about this is that you can work at your own pace. So you can break up your modules, do one module a day, you can repeat them. The heels program also comes with core and flexibility training, which is what we need to succeed in heels. We have to have a nice, strong, and solid core. And we also need to work on our flexibility so that we can hit those moves and feel nice and sexy and fluid. So if this sounds like something that you're trying to get into this year and you're ready to step into the baddie that you're meant to be, I invite you guys to go check out our Rhythm and Pumps online heels training program 1.0. Okay, be a founding member, get your price locked in, because honey, we are going to blow up this year. I'm telling y'all, and I'm manifesting this right now. So check it out. $19.99 per month. You guys can cancel at any time if this isn't your thing, if it's not working out for you, if you're not really into it. Cancel at any time. No hidden fees, no contracts. Go to our website, www.realrhythmdanceandfitness.com. Head on over to the on-demand tab and check out our memberships. You will not regret it. Looking forward to seeing you. And then the final fifth roadblock is going to be, I'm just going to say this very bluntly, you're going to want to quit. You're going to want to quit often. There's just ebbs and flows, especially if we're talking about specifically like entrepreneurship and owning a business and running a business. You are going to want to quit often. You are going to face so many challenges and so many tests given to you by God or the universe, whoever you believe in, to simply just see if this is something that you really want. Right? We do this all the time. We do this with relationships. Your job does this, right? You get tested, you get evaluated, all that stuff. So why would it not happen with God, with your creator, right? Like if you're really going towards something that is different, that is against the grain, that is something that you believe comes from inside of you, right? Your gifts, your talents, you're going to be tested. And that's just life. You're going to want to quit, but you have to just really come back to your why. Come back to your why. Why am I doing this? Why is this important to me? Why do I love this so much? Come back to the joy of it, right? This is fun. I enjoy creating. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy helping people. What is your purpose? What's the reason that you're doing this? And a lot of the times, when we are tested and we are faced with challenges, sometimes it helps us to really put things into perspective. Like, actually, I'm not supposed to be doing this. Actually, I'm doing this for the wrong reasons. Actually, I'm doing this because I just want validation. Actually, I'm doing this just for the money. And in most cases, if you're doing something just for money, it's not going to work. It's not going to last. It has to be something more other than the money. The money is not the motive. I know for some people, y'all really believe that, like the money's the motive. The money is not the motive. There has to be something more. What is the real reason that you want to do this? Things that are just built and based off money and material things, those things do not last. There has to be a bigger reason. There has to be a bigger purpose. So I want you to really dig deep into what your purpose is, and then the money will come. When you are happy and you're feeling good and you're in high vibrations and everything that you're doing is aligning, the money will come. Do not stress about the money. Okay. But on those days, those months, those years, those periods where you feel like you need to quit, come back to your why. Write down your pros and cons of why I'm doing this, pros and cons. Write it down, get clear. And then also take a look back. Like sometimes like I just like to look in the past, right? I was looking at my schedule for July, my class schedule, and then I compared it to my class schedule in 2022. Complete growth, absolute growth. It's crazy how many classes I've added, how many clients I've come across, just the growth. You have to be able to compare. Comparison and contrast, that is how you're going to be able to grow. You have to be able to look back and acknowledge your growth, acknowledge everything that you've been through, acknowledge how far you've come. You got this. Okay. I believe in you. And if you guys are having any issues with starting, if you guys are having any issues with staying motivated, with getting things done, right? With believing in yourself, I am opening up a business mentorship program. You guys know I have my confidence coaching program. That's still open as well. I'm taking a couple clients for the summer, but I've just opened this business mentorship program because I've gotten so many questions, specifically in the past like 4 months, about how are you so consistent? How are you always posting? How do you come up with, different topics? How are you running 5 Instagram accounts and 2 YouTube channels? How are you doing this? How do you, market yourself? So many questions. So I am opening up a mentorship program limited to about probably like 5. Like I don't really want to work with more than 5 clients because I want to be able to really focus and give my time and attention to them and really like serve them in the way that they need to be served. Everybody's needs are different. Everybody's trying to do different things. Everybody's passions are different. So I want to make sure that I'm really pouring into the people that I work with. So if you guys are interested, the link is going to be in the show notes for the application. You can go ahead and fill that out. And yeah, let's get it going. Okay. We are in our boss babe, boss girl, boss era. Okay. And we're making things happen this year. So really excited to work with you. You can also take this episode as kind of like a mini mentorship, blueprint, masterclass, whatever you want to call it. Save it. Okay. Save it if you're watching on YouTube. Like this video, rate and review if you guys are listening on Spotify or Apple. And I will see you guys in another video. Take care, y'all. Bye.